Welcome to the Dugout Report, episode number 6. I am here with AJ Chazin from the Philadelphia Sports Report, and we are here to talk about how the Phillies are doing, and I'm happy to have you on, and thanks for taking the time to come on.
Thanks for having me. Looking forward to it.
So what were your thoughts on Angel Hernandez effort behind the plate last game on Sunday?
First of all, horrific is an understatement for that performance. And you could tell from Kyle Schwarber's reaction. You could tell from the first inning that it was brewing. Someone was going to get ejected. It happened in the ninth which ironically was a borderline call. You said you have admittedly it was a borderline call. Gene Segura, that the 0-1 pitch that the curveball Lauer stuck in there with an in off the plate. It was like 6 inches off the plate. Angel strike that pitch. You saw Bryce Harper on ESPN's broadcast being interviewed.
Mm-hmm.
And Nola threw a 2-1 curveball, went right through the zone. Angel Hernandez balled it, and Bryce Harper was like, wow. And then they showed the graphic on ESPN. The ball went through the zone. So it's just it's crazy how Bryce Harper could see it better from the dugout, like halfway down the dugout. Not even like where Girardi or like Kevin Long and all them stand, like literally halfway down the dugout. And Angel Hernandez is sitting right behind the dish with the best seat in the house. And if I know in the group chat and everything, you guys all know that I'm, to a fault, pro umpire. I'm very anti-robot, robot ump, but that was horrible. And that it honestly needs to be addressed by the MLB because you cannot, you got to do better than 85%, dude. You got to do better than 85%. You got to do better than 19 missed calls. You got to do better than missing a pitch by 6 inches off the plate when dudes are throwing 95 miles an hour with breaking stuff that moves like 17 inches over the plate. It moved the entire distance of the plate. You have to do better. And it's just horrific. It's been going on for years. The famous that clip CC Sabathia had in the wild card game on 2017 when he was like, Angel Hernandez should not be umpiring postseason games. He's terrible, to quote CC. And it's just still been going on. It's been going on way before 2017 too. The dude's horrible, and I'm just gonna stop ranting now before I keep going on and on and on. But yeah, it was bad.
What did you think of Joe Girardi's press conference after that game?
I thought it was all right, honestly. I thought he addressed it was bad, but there's not very much you could say. I mean, you could tell by the reaction in the dugout. It's like everybody was fed up. It was bad. I'm shocked that Joe Girardi even stayed in the game. I'm shocked Angel didn't throw him out, honestly, because he was out there for a couple minutes just giving it to him. So there wasn't really much you could say. I mean, it was terrible. Obviously, it was a 1-0 game. He had a drastic effect on the game, not only just from the Phillies side, on the Brewers side as well. You saw Andrew McCutchen out in the 9th inning with watching Schwarber get ejected, laughing and basically rooting him on because he knew it was that terrible. So there really wasn't much you could say. He was bad. Everybody knew he was bad, and you just got to go to the ballpark the next day, and you got to win the next game, and they did.
So moving on to a brighter topic. So last night's game, the Phillies won 10-6. And what were your thoughts on Kyle Gibson and his performance?
He threw the ball well. I mean, the first 2 innings, he missed a pitch over the plate, which was the first pitch of the game. Connor Joe hit it out. It happens. Same thing to Randall Grichuk. I mean, it happens as well. But he did a good job, which I'll keep the ball on the ground. He did a good job limiting his pitch count. He gave this team depth in the game, did the ball well other than those 2 mistakes, gave the team a chance to win, just a chance for the offense to click. To give you 8 runs in the game, which will win 8-2. Bryce Harper hit a ball over the fence. Kyle Schwarber hit a 2-run double. This team situationally hit yesterday. They're moving guys over, getting them in, putting balls in gaps, and it's really all you can ask for. As such, it was Kyle Gibson threw the ball well. The offense hit well. You could tell by Gene Segura's quote after the game, basically saying that this could be like the the starter that gets this offense going, because it's been pretty disappointing to say the least in the first 17 games. Granted, it's 17 games, and this lineup is way too talented for like this type of performance to continue. But
yeah,
but going back to Kyle Gibson, he threw the ball really well and gave the team a chance to win this ball game, and they did.
I think he threw like 5 in the 3rd inning. I think something like that. And I've been really optimistic about him because he's been off and on, and he's kind of like Zach Eflin, but I think his mechanics are a little better than his, and I think that going forward, Kyle Gibson is going to be a really great a great rotation player for this ball club, especially for the starting pitching rotation. And what do you think about tonight's game with Eflin on the mound?
Yeah, you got Eflin on the mound, but Eflin's at his best. He's that type of pitcher when he's at his best when he's getting outs early in the count. He's getting quick outs. He's keeping the ball down. Keeping the ball down in the zone. His pitches aren't hanging over the middle of the plate. When Zach Eflin leaves his pitches up. Granted, this is the thing for most pitchers, but especially him not being a high velo guy and not being a guy with elite stuff. When his pitches start leaking over the middle and they start raising up in the strike zone, that's when you really see teams start to do damage on him. But Zach Eflin's the type of pitcher, but the same thing with Kyle Gibson. But Kyle Gibson's obviously better at it than Zach Eflin. There's a reason Eflin's your 5 starter. But they're the same type of pitcher on the fact that when they're getting outs early in the count, when they're keeping their pitch count down, when they're keeping keep balls in the bottom of the zone, limiting hard contact, they're going to give you quality starts. And that's the biggest thing with the back of this rotation. If those 2 guys could give you quality starts and they could keep the ball down on the ground, but they'll give you length and give you depth, it's really going to take a toll on the not a toll, but it's really going to limit a toll on the bullpen. And that's a big thing because we've seen the bullpen struggle for the last 3 years. It's been really bad. And so going on tonight's game, Gibson giving you length, giving you an opportunity not to have to empty out your bullpen last night and giving you a quality start. Zach Eflin, it kind of limits your shoulders. It limits the weight off your shoulders. You can go out there and you can go pitch. You don't have to worry about really pressing, having to give this team 6, 7, 8 innings. If Zach Eflin can give you 5 solid innings, if he can give you a quality start, like 5 innings, less than 3-run ball, and you could give this offense a chance to win the game, that's all you can ask for out of your 5. So, yeah, if Eflin can keep the ball down, limit some hard contact, and let the Phillies offense carry him this game, they got a good shot tonight.
I don't know if you saw the lineup. What are your thoughts on the lineup tonight?
Yeah, for anybody for anybody listening, I haven't seen the lineup. We're going Gene at the 1, Hoskins at the 2, Harper at the 3, as still at the DH, Nick and Wright batting 4th, JT Skill catching hitting 5th, Schwarber 6th in the left field, Bohm, Didi, and Odubel tonight. But since Colorado's got Herman Marquez, which you could tell the platoon Joe's got going with Veerling versus lefties, and then you got Odubel now taking the everyday at bats versus left-handers. So versus right-handers rather. Yeah, I like the lineup a lot. I really like the structure of it. You could tell through the last the last week that it's slowly starting to get the ball rolling a little bit. Last night they really jumped out and they got 8 runs. I'm shocked that JT's honestly catching tonight. I thought that with JT's caught the last 5 to 6 games. I thought tonight was going to be a really good night to get him a day off. They maybe they're going to have a day off. I wonder if it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday. I would imagine it'd be Wednesday because you'd want or tomorrow rather, because you'd want JT catching Wheeler. So I was looking for that maybe, but yeah, I like the lineup. Obviously, you got a lot of depth to it, a lot of length. You got good numbers against Herman Marquez, and should be a good day.
They definitely got to get the bats rolling the first 3 or 4 innings in order to win this game tonight. And what do you think about this upcoming Mets series at Citi Field?
Well, you got your work cut out for you. The Phillies definitely got their workout for them. They're not
Mhm.
avoiding the Mets top of the rotation, which is a big thing that those in the Phillies fandom were hoping for through this
Mhm.
series. You got a series this weekend, and then you got a series next weekend. So you got Tyler McGill is going to be going for the Mets on Friday, and then Saturday, you got Max Scherzer and you got Bassett on the Sunday Night Baseball game on Sunday. So you're facing the top of the Mets rotation. So you're going to have, especially in Citi Field. So you're going to have your work cut out for you. It's a matter of it's going to come down to situational hitting.
Mhm.
If this team can situationally hit, which is the reason why the Mets are 13-5, they're one of the best teams at it. If they could situationally hit with the Mets and they could be right around just lurking in 7th, 8th, 9th, and then get that hit or two to
Mhm.
be able to take a 2 out of 3 from the Mets, maybe steal this series, then you're gonna be in a good spot rolling forward. If not, then you're gonna have your work cut out for you for the next couple month. And if you're looking at the Phillies schedule in May, it's gonna get brutal, especially near the end of May. So this is a big couple series, not even this Mets series, but then you got an off day, then you got then you got a nice little 6-game homestand. You got Texas coming in for 2, and then you got the Mets coming in for 4. That's a bigger series.
Mhm.
So you're really good. The good thing about where the Phillies are in right now, I know that they're 7-10, and obviously it's not where you want to be. In the next week, you have 7 games versus the team that you're chasing. If you can get 4 of those,
Mhm.
you're in a good spot. And that's what I'm really looking for. Can this team situationally hit? Can this team continue to give you quality starts? And if that's the case, you're going to be in a good spot and you're going to be hanging around ball games, and hopefully you can close them out and you can win them.
What do you think about the season, the rest of the season, alone, between now and the final game of the regular season? What do you think about them reaching a certain amount of wins?
Well, it's hard to really judge a team right now. What's it called? We're 17 games into a 162-game season. Like I
Mhm.
said earlier, this team's got plenty of talent. They'll be just fine. They'll be right in the mix, especially now since the postseason's now filled of 6 teams. Now they entered an extra wild card team. That's just another extra opportunity for you to sneak into playoffs. All you gotta do is get in there. You get in there, you'll have a chance. Yeah, this team's got lined up you stack it up. You got Gene, you got Hoskins, you got Harper,
Yeah.
you got Castellanos, Realmuto, Schwarber, and then now you get the bottom of the lineup. You got Bohm hitting, you got Camargo, who's been great this season so far to start the season.
Mhm.
You got Edie, you got guys, and you'll be fine. So, but the thing is 35 games in, in a couple weeks at the end of May, where are you?
Mhm.
Can the little lulls that you've been having and the little struggles you've been having, can you clean those up? Because once we get to June and July, that's where you got to really start rolling. You got to start picking things up because you don't want to fall too far behind. The Mets are 13-5 right now, obviously, with their records in a 162-game season right now. Like I said, 17 games. It's really hard to judge a team. You don't want to fall too far behind because if you fall too far behind, those extra months of the season really rolling, you
Mhm.
might not be able to get those games. So it's imperative to be able to start winning series. I take it series by series, start winning them, and start chipping away at this thing. That's the biggest thing. And we've been seeing the last 2 years, this team starts out really hot. They start out really good. And then you see August, September, they start to cool off a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm happy, but I'm intrigued by the fact that this team got off to a slow start, especially since game 1 and 2 happened and just fireworks happened off Montas. What's it called? You know what I'm saying? Those first 2
Yeah.
games, this team just came out the gates rolling with their games 1 and 2. And then now we're starting to hit a little bit of early season adversity. So these next 2 weeks, next 2-3 weeks, you're going to really see a lot. And then
Mhm.
once game 35, 40, 30 starts coming around, we're going to start to see a little bit bigger of a picture, a more clear of a picture of how this team's really going to be down the stretch. But right now, this should be fun. This should be fun. You start chipping away series by series, and you'll be where you need to be. You got the talent to do it.
Yeah, I can totally see this ball club going pretty far in the wild card or any rail between that and the playoffs by itself. And I think that they just got to keep their heads focused every game, and they got to get the ball on the bat more than what they have been doing, especially with Alec Baum struggling. And Camargo is a fantastic guy that can produce a lot of hits. And I think that this is a start of a great season that they can really dig out. They can really dig deep and win more games than people think.
For sure. I agree with that
Yeah.
100%.
So thank you so much for coming on, and I'll definitely have you back on once the season progresses.
Thank you for having me. I'll definitely come back on.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.